Hey everybody, this is going to be a short one. I guess you guys can probably see from the title of this episode. It's not really an episode, it's just me talking. I guess that's kind of all the episodes. But anyways, I'm going to be taking a break. I'm going to be taking not one of my normal 2-week breaks that I do to split up the season. I got to take a little bit, around a week off. I know that this is the spooky season. I really tried to make it all the way through October before I took any sort of break. But let me tell you what's been going on over here in Jason Land, which you guys are all citizens of, but I have not been super upfront about some stuff just because I didn't want to worry anybody. And I want to jump to the ending and let you guys know that everything's okay. I'm going to be okay. Everything's fine. But I'm pretty exhausted. Because what had been going on over here is, I was gone for the summer. I went down to visit my family. And it was probably the first week of September. Maybe a little bit after that, I went to my doctor and I had an x-ray done. And there was something that popped up on an x-ray that was cause for concern. Now again, I now know that everything's fine. I'm totally fine. But for quite a few weeks, myself and my medical team was concerned because something showed up on my x-ray that made it look like maybe I wasn't so fine. Something showed up on my x-ray that possibly could have been terminal. It was, what they thought it was an enlargement of the heart. I can get congestive heart failure, lung failure. It was really where the heart and the lung was connected. It showed up on this x-ray as this huge. Now, everything's fine. I went in just about, I don't know when I'm recording this, probably about 4 or 5 days ago. I had an echocardiogram done on my chest. It turns out that everything's fine. My heart is perfectly healthy. There's no enlargement. There's no enlargement of the heart or the lungs. But this was the first time, guys listen to this podcast a lot, know that I have a lot of health issues, and they always get resolved fairly quickly. This was the first time that I had that adult moment that so many of my friends and loved ones have gone through, where you get a test, and it doesn't look good, and then you have to wait for a test to either confirm the diagnosis or for them to go, oh, everything's fine. And everything is fine. There's no enlargement. But, listen, it's been a really rough month dealing with that. And that's why I took about a week or two ago, I said, guys, I need to take a break, because the pressure was getting too much. I didn't know whether or not I had 5 years left to live. And nobody could tell me until I got that echocardiogram if my heart was failing. Like, legit blood seeping into my lungs, failing. Because that's what it looked like was going on. That I had blood in my lungs. That my heart was stopping. So, I have a day job, still doing that. But I was taking days off of work, not only for the doctor, but I was like, I need an extra day off to just work on the show. I need an extra day off to do Dead Rabbit Radio stuff. And my job is very gracious. They know about the podcast. They know about the show. So they give me a day off. I took a couple days off, again, some for doctor's visits and 1 or 2 for the show. And I kept thinking, I just need one more day off. Then I can get my feet back for the show. I can get the show it's just been a real struggle this month. And that's what I just need some time off. I need a little bit, around a week off. It's not my full break where I don't do anything show related. It's for me to do show stuff on the background here, because I just feel like I don't have time to breathe, metaphorically. My lungs are fine. But, people who listen to the show daily, I think they're realizing episodes are coming out around 11:30 at night. I'm editing until 11:30 at night to get the episode out. And then I go to bed and I wake up at 5 to go to work, do a full day's work, come home, do another episode of the podcast. So really, I just need I'm going to take, and it sucks too. I was like just looking at my calendar and I go, dude, this is spooky season. This is go time for paranormal stuff, Dead Rabbit Radio stuff. I'm dead on my feet. I'm dead on my feet. But, but the good news is that everything's okay. Everything's okay. I didn't mention any of that on the podcast because I didn't want anyone to worry. Had it been a negative diagnosis, I'm sure I probably would have had to tell you guys. I think you guys would have figured it out after I died, but you spend a month wondering. Like, here's the thing, I could die tomorrow anyways, right? There was some crazy woman driving through the Safeway parking lot screaming at me, but also screaming at everyone. I didn't take it personally. I mean, she could have jumped the curb and ran me over. None of us are guaranteed another day, but this was the first time, honestly, the first time out of all the medical problems I've had where it is an issue of we don't know what you have, and we won't know what you have for a month until we get all this stuff scheduled and all these referrals cleared. But what you have may kill you. We don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. And this is the first time I've ever, even like stuff I've had with AFib, where I've had like an emergency medical thing. They know there. They go, oh, your heart's out of rhythm. They electrocute me. It's back to rhythm. They go, this is what you're going to do to take care of it. This is something completely different. I've dodged death a lot. I think we all have, but this was different. And it did make me kind of realize, I know this sounds cliche, but it made me realize, like, what's important to you? What's important to you, Jason? Like, if you truly only have, because I didn't know, if you truly only have 5 years left to live, and as funny as it may seem, I don't think it sounds funny to you. It doesn't sound funny to me, but other people might think it sounds funny. This show is one of those things that is important to me. Like, that was one of the things I was thinking about here. It's like, so what happens to the show? Like, I'd want to keep doing it as long as I could. What happens? How long could I really do it? I mean, if my heart's going out, because I already said I wasn't going to get a heart transplant. I'd already started making these decisions and kind of announcing them to, close people in my life. I didn't let a lot of my family know what was going on because, they're a bunch of worriers as well. We had to start making the decision. Anyway, I was like, the show is important to me. The show is important to me. Dead Rabbit Radio is important to me, and I'm glad I have it. And I was doing all those episodes underneath all of that fear and worry, but I just feel like I need just a week just to catch up on some back end stuff on the show. Because here's the thing, this is how I envision this. I'll come out with more episodes Monday the 13th, so it's not that long. I won't be able to do, it's killing me, because I was really looking forward to being able to do birthday episodes and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm just dead on my feet. My birthday is 2 days from now, and I'm like, I can barely get this. This was supposed to be a full-length episode. I mean, that's where we're at. This was supposed to be a full-length episode, and I took a nap, right? I took a nap, and I overslept my alarm, and now it's when we're normally editing, I'm recording this. I don't want to sound like a whiner either, but it's like I can barely get this out at this point. I can barely get out this thing saying how I'm not going to be doing stuff for about a week. And I guess this does sound like, and I guess it does sound like whining at this point. I'm just kind of whining about stuff. But anyways, so I'll wrap it up. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. I will continue to be with you. This is my plan. There's no other way I can envision this. I'm just dead on my feet. But I'll be back October 13th. God, that sucks. We're in the middle of Halloween month. But I'll be back October 13th. We're going to go through the rest of October all the way to Halloween. A Halloween bonanza. I'll be fresh. I'll be ready to go. We're going to run into November, and I'm going to give a presentation. I haven't talked about this a lot. At the Port Gamble Ghost Conference, I'm coming back. So we're going to be running into that. And I want to definitely be refreshed for that. We're going to do da-da-da-da-da. And then after I come back from the conference, I'm going to take my normal 2-week break where I don't do anything show-related, where I completely just relax from the show. Like, this 1 week off is just for me to do show stuff, get stories ready, prep a bunch of stuff, all of that. So it's not like I'm going to be lounging in a chair, resting, which is probably not a bad idea, honestly, but I want the show to work, and I need to be at a certain level to do it, and honestly, I haven't been at that level for the past month. I've kind of been running on all cylinders, and some of those cylinders were worried they were about to blow up. Now, while this isn't ideal, this isn't how I wanted to spend my birthday month, and I know it's not just mine. Kelly Can't Get Right on YouTube. It's her birthday too, October 4th. Now I'm disappointing my birthday buddy. This is the only way I can envision it working. Otherwise, I think I would just burn out. So I apologize, guys. I know how consistency is very important, really, in anything like this, but I just wanted to let you know why. That's why I took three. And again, like when I took those 3 days off a couple weeks ago, that's why that was. And I go, once I get these I'll spend these 3 days relaxing and doing Dead Rabbit Radio stuff, and I'll be back on my feet. I need more than that because I'm just swamped. But this show is so important to me. You are so important to me. I want to be able to keep doing it for as long as I can, but I also can't just, blow myself up because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm barely getting this out. I think you guys can tell by the tone in my voice that even this feels like a struggle that I now have to go edit. So I want to come back fresh, refreshed. Then we're going to kill it for a couple weeks. Then I'm going to take an actual 2-week vacation. Then we're going to ride out the rest of the year. So hopefully you guys stay with me. Hopefully you guys understand. Thank you guys. Like while I was dealing with all this stuff mentally, not knowing what was going on, you guys were in my thoughts as well, honestly. I didn't announce it because I knew a lot of you guys would worry. I don't like worrying people. But I thought about you guys. I thought about the show. And when I really was thinking about what matters to me, if I only got 5 years left, and I don't, right? The health diagnosis, everything's fine, but it was a month of that. And a lot of people have gone through that. And it sucks because a lot of people go through that and they get the diagnosis that the x-ray was correct. A lot of people go, oh, we noticed this lump, this mass in this x-ray, and then they go in and they do a biopsy, and they're like, well, now you have cancer. So I know how blessed and lucky I feel that I don't have this health problem. I know how blessed and lucky I feel having you guys by my side. You guys were all part of this Dead Rabbit Radio thing, and I want to keep doing it. I just got to take this break. But at this point now, I'm just repeating myself, and I don't know if it's whining, it's just kind of droning, maybe. But guys, I will be back October 13th. Sorry about Spooky Month. I will make it up to you the best I can. We're going to keep going. Port Gamble Ghost Conference, I will be there. We'll talk more about that. I love you guys. I will see you. Oh, and also before I go, as everyone already clicked off their podcast, talk to your doctors. Get the stuff checked out. Because if had this been real, we would have caught it at a good time. But, you're like, Jason, but it wasn't real. You got tested and it was nothing. It just made you super worried for a month. I'm never going to the doctor again. No. Go to the doctor. Talk to your doctor, make an appointment, get a physical. That's how this popped up. It was a physical. You're like, Jason, I'm never doing a physical again. I'll be scared. I love you guys. I will see you all soon. And yeah, get checked out because if is something wrong, you want to find it earlier rather than later. I love you guys. Bye.